Welcome back, everyone, to Pineleaf on Board, where today we'll be continuing along with our narrative New Age expedition here in Aeon's End, where between episodes I did make a first attempt against the Ageless Walker with Soulscale and Tokrin, and I was pummeled. So I've decided that I'll be showing you my second attempt here, which is going to be Claudia versus Gygar and see if I do any better. I have decided that I will use the Shimmering Cloak of the Magus, which after a player finishes resolving their ability, that player deals 2 damage. I'm hoping that we could deal quick damage to the Aegis Walker and be able to buy enough items from the supply so that we don't have the constant loss of damage that Aegis Walker does upon you. We shall see. Now this is our supply, which is we have a recurring Jasper in here, which is a nice one because it leaves the is that when you play it, if you have a spell in your discard pile, top of your discard pile, you could put it on top of there, and that could slow down the rate that your deck goes on. I'm hoping Claudia could get a couple of those so that she could generate enough income on the matter. And her special ability is could allow both of them to get a card at the same time, and I figured that might also help to get as much into the deck as possible. Aegis Walker is not about having a thin, lean deck, at least not as far as I can tell. Let's go and see how well this works. So Claudia's, what treasure does she want? Well, I figure Kadir's Emerald Shard could be nice. And for Gygar, see, I'm thinking the Garu's Torch, which focus any player's breach or deal 1 damage, or deal 1 damage. They discard a card from hand. If they do, deal 2 additional damage. That might be useful. We'll see how that works. Well, let's go and find out what we got here. Alright, and Ether Shock Unleashed. The player with the most prep spells suffers 1 damage. Oy, this happens right off the bat. With the most prepped spells suffers 1 damage. We have none and discards a prepped spell. Okay, well, first of all, I guess we have to take care of that. I suppose we are going to have. This is bad no matter what. I guess you could start getting him a charge then because he's not going to. I guess I'll just have to have him do the unleash. Who suffers damage against Gygar? And let's see, one thing to happen. Turn 1 and you're already on the ropes. There you go. And Tidal Surge. Play a couple of those and just get a charge there. Right now, let's see. We have allies may lose 1 charge. If they do, you gain 2 charges. That's always the question on when we should do that. Now, I think we need to get Claudia up pretty quickly. So I am going to say, yeah, I think we'll do this. See if we could get her up so that we could get them both something at the same time. And she will get one of these things. And that is the Force Amplifier. Deal 3 damage. If you cast it from a open 3 or 4 breach, it deals 1 additional damage. Actually, Claudia probably should have been going after a recurring Jasper. Probably would have been more logical for her, but oh well, I forgot about that already. I guess the Aegis Walker makes me forget things. That's the only thing I can figure out. Let's see. And, oh yeah, he gets a charge when he does that. Alright, he's really into charges, isn't he? Alright, and Zaxos' Pyre, 1 damage. What do we want here? Well, I think we want to start getting a Tether Dart so that we could have some new spells in here. Because we do want to get stuff as quickly as possible. We might want to unleash twice. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. Welcome aboard to the Ageless Walker. The Ageless Walker exiles cards from your hand and has a curse that damages you every so often if every time you go through your deck, which is why I find some yeah, unleash twice. So what could well yeah, this is going to be painful. Yeah, all right, what do we got here? And let's see. We need well, we can at least all right, might as well start that up and yeah, I guess that's the only thing I can do about that. I mean, there is the other possibility is just to buy some crystals, and because I could buy stuff from the exile pile if I wish to. There you go. And what do we want here? We need Caesar scope. Yeah, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna open that up so I have an open breach. I do need to buy some more stuff though. It's just that when do I get an opportunity to do so? Ah, here's an opportunity. No, I want to be able to. Okay, I want to get that recurring Jasper. I think I said earlier there I wanted to do that. Oh, they're both at 9, aren't they? Well, okay, we'll give that to Gygar. Play that. Let's get our recurring Jasper into there. At some point, maybe I'll remember to buy some stuff from that pile. Actually, I think they're mostly Gygars. Does he have any? Ooh, let's see. Uh, ooh, does she want to discard anything in order to do that? What do we have here? What do we have here? We've got an Ether Scope. Yeah, let's do that to do a couple extra damage in there. We'll see at the time. Now, what have we got here? This. Okay, we get a charge there. Oh. Well, that's the problem when you get rid of... Oh, yeah, This isn't going to last very long, is it? Oh, well. Quick way to lose a game. Alright, now, let's see. Go into there. Charge that up. I got 3 gems here. Yeah, he needs a longer hand. Let's get that stuff back. Alright. Yeah, that's why I would need to get that back. Enveloping Ooze. Grateful suffers 2 damage. Any player discards top card from their deck. Alright, any player discards the top card. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And Claudia is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, I better... I guess I have Claudia do it. Discard, spend 6. That means Claudia, assuming I get that recurring Jasper out there. Oh, 3 in a row? This is not going to be good. Developing Ooze, Grateful suffers 2 damage. Any player taps the top card of their deck. What have we got in here? We got this. Gygar. Power 3. Players collectively exile 2 cards in hand. Oh, thankfully we didn't have that happen too quickly, but that's nothing that we could avoid in any way. Let's see. It's gets this up to here. Well, we don't want. Oh, I've only got 2 here. I'm not going to be able to. I could buy something with 3. Probably one of these things. Destroy 1 or destroy this and gain 3. The Exogranite. Maybe I better grab an Exogranite. All right, play that. Let's grab an Exogranite. It's not like I need a super lean deck for this particular nemesis, right? Alright, do you have anything to throw at this guy? Not enough, probably. And I would say, well, actually, this is one, two, three, four, five, six. There's absolutely no way Claudia is going to discard from there. So I'll say skip, unfortunately. And uh, yeah, I just don't have. Uh, I gotta do something about this quickly, apparently. Alright, let's see. I need one more damage! Right. Oh yeah, I need one for that because I need that. Place on top of deck. Play all three of those. That gives us six. And get rid of that stupid thing. Now, that's one less thing to worry about. And when you got all these damage just cycling through here, there's a lot to worry about. Now let's see. Gain one charge. There's well, two damage. I guess I'll just have to do that so I won't have to worry about that again, at least not for a little while. Alright, now what does this thing do? Okay, this is place a search charge on an ancient breach or cast a spell prep to your ancient breach, gain two charges. Well, there's no spell there currently, so obviously we know what we're doing there. So we got our first charge placed on there. Obviously we'll use that breach now as our primary breach for the moment. But we do need to get some cards. So that means one of those things. I think we're overdue to get a good spell on this character. And a player exiles a spell in their hand or discard pile. Gravehole suffers 2 damage. Mm. Oh well. So much of that. Now let's see. We want 1 damage. Right. And let's see. Let's get that into there. That into there. We're just getting that slowly, piece by piece. The question is, can we do it fast enough? I noticed that in the early days of playing against this nemesis back on the physical version, I had a pretty good record against the Ageless Walker, but recently I don't think I've had a very good shot on that. Right. So let's see. So I'll need to get better with this nemesis, it looks like. What do I have to be prepared for? Players collect the exile 2 cards in hand. Alright, well that's going to be in a couple of turns, so let's see. Destroy this, gain 3. Just gain 2 for the moment, and we've got 6. Now I can. Yeah, well, I can do that. I think we just need to make sure that we get more stuff for the moment, so that when things inevitably become exiled, I'll have some way of surviving. Spend 8. Probably should have gotten a gem then, so I could be able to handle that. So I suspect that I'm not going to be able to get rid of that because that's power 1 that most likely is going to go off before I could do anything about it anyway. Unleash twice. Right, how much do we have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's not going to do any good. Let's just give a little punch to the Ageless Walker. You can go into there and see, 2, 3. Yeah, right. You could gain 1 life. Yeah, let's do that. Place to that. Set set things up for Gygar being able to activate Claudia's ability and see how that works. Claudia's ability is one that goes off in an ally's turn rather than her own turn. Let's see. Okay. Oh, this is all. Okay, players collectively exile 2 cards in hand. Well, he's been. Well, I don't want to get rid of those simply because he needs to start getting his breaches open. So I'll have to. Alright, we'll do it that way. And oh, what's the other thing? Any player suffers 4 damage. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Oh. Oh, this is another thing? Alright, let's see. So we're on the first Unleash then or something? I thought. Alright. Exile. This is it. This is always tough on making these decisions. Alright, who suffers 4 damage? I guess Gygar. Unleash twice. The player with the lowest life suffers 3. Oh, come on! Well, that's 6 exiles in 1 turn. This is this is the Ageless Walker. This is why I don't like this nemesis. Alright, now. Whoa. We still got another one to exile? Oh, good grief. Oh, that's right. He's. And he's exhausted. Already exhausted. I think he was just getting up there, too. Now, that's. This is going to be painful. Alright, so what do we do here? We need. Well, first of all, we need to. No, she's not going to. But we'll skip that. We'll do that. And. Alright. Now, question is there anything I can do with. No. There's nothing I can do really this turn with the ether that. Unless I want to get a infused smash. I was hoping to be able to get something for both Claudia and for Gygar at the same time. But if I do it now, that won't happen. Alright, we'll end the turn for now. Yes, end anyway. Maybe next turn I could get something a little bit better. Of course, the Ageless Walker goes for. It's going to be over by the time I get back to this. Players collectively exile 2 cards for discard pile or hand. I think I must have just forgotten how to play against this nemesis because it seems like every time I play against this nemesis, I get worse and worse at it. Now, let's see. Here we go. Now we got 1, 2, 3. This is, well, first of all, you go there. We've got 2 spells here. 1, 2, 3. What I'll do is I'll use Claudia's ability. I use this to gain 2 and copy their next card gain. Okay, fine. I will gain. Oh yeah, play these. Gain this, and Claudia gets a copy of it also. Alright. That I hope is useful. We'll Timeless Serpent. Immediately, players. Good grief. Any player discards their most expensive card in hand. Yeah, I have just. I'll just get rid of that crystal. I can't think of anything else to do at the moment. All right. Oh, actually, do I want to get? I got 48 to go. I really can't afford. See, discard most expensive spell in hand every time that goes through. No, I've got to kill the nemesis. Otherwise, I don't think I'm going to have any hope in the matter. All right. Now let's build that up again. And oh yeah, I can't. Well, if I have clog spells, at least it'll slow down the Ageless Walker thing. But anyway, now let's see. Actually, what was that one do again? Just make sure that's you may discard a card for hand if you do two extra damage. Okay, fine. Let's see. Is there anything here I want to discard? Let's see, what am I going to be doing on my turn? Yeah, let's do it anyway. Alright, let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, that's the disadvantage of discarding, is it's no longer able to be put it on top of my deck. Ha ha ha! I tricked myself there. That shows you how bad things are going to get then. Let's see. Aegis Walker, who discards? Let's see. What could we discard? I suppose Claudia could discard. Spend 7, power 3, unleash twice. Exile a card for most expensive supply. Alright, well, I'm going to have to do something about that at some point. We'll see if I get an opportunity to do so. Butte Shard, 5. Well, that's nice. And click on discard a hand to discard it. Alright, and let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, how about if we get rid of the Tidal Surge? Alright, there we go. Now, let's see what we get here. Up here, up here. Play all gems. Let's get that up. How are we doing so far, other than very poorly? Oh, right. Power 3, the player must collectively exile 2 cards in hand or discard pile. Right? And what, two cards in hand or discard. Oh, that costs 2 or more. Ooh, that's a bit of a problem. Spark. Oh, she has all 0 cost spells here, it looks like. So it looks like it's going to be only here. And I only have 2 available. So that means my 2 best spells have just gone away. Alright. That's worse. Unleash twice. Grateful suffers 2 damage. Oh. Unleash twice. Maybe I was playing it wrong when I was playing it with the physical version. I can't see how it could be so significantly tougher than it was the previous times I played this one. So maybe I had just played it wrong, and that allowed me to win, because I just because it seems to be just so much tougher now than it was before. Yeah, all right. What have we got now? We have got 2. Well, I've got 2. Right, 2. Any player gains a life. Well, I'm going to have to do that, I think, which means we might as well do this and be done with it. But right now, Claudia is probably going through her deck way, 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 way too fast for it to be. Actually, not nearly as bad as Gygar is, because Gygar is down to a something like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 card deck or something ridiculous like that, and one of them is a very, very negative item to have. It's, oh, right. Let's see, gain 2 or distant gain 3? Well, let's see, we've got 5 here. We could set something up for Gygar to be able to buy something next round. I guess that's always a possibility, but I need to focus this. So, I'm sorry, Gygar, but I can't help you on that matter yet. Right. Let's go through here. 5. And, actually, I could, okay, could discard 1 for that. And we get rid of that. Discard 1. Actually, this is closer than I was thinking it was going to be. If Claudia goes again, we win. Oh! Right. Okay, let's see. Well, in turn. Okay, if it's one of our turns, we win, right? Claudia, yay! I never thought I would win this one. Oh boy. Oh my. I thought I was horrendously beaten there. I guess that means you don't give up. Alright, congratulations, you have destroyed the Ageless Walker. Thank goodness. The expedition carries on. After you finish your battle with the source of the surrounding blight, Rhea steps forward, ready to incinerate the remains, but you hold her back long enough to examine what is left of the creature. Its skeletal body looks older than the world itself, the face sunken beyond recognition. On its cloak is the symbol of Zaxos. Just like Arachnos, this man was a mage once, but now he is more nameless than human. The thought chills you. You had no idea that there were so many followers of Zaxos still out there, or just how dangerous they had become. You're pulled from your reverie by Talix sauntering up to you, restored from his untimely aging. I thought I was done for when I ran into a bunch of Zaxos' cronies, but this thing showed up and killed everyone, even its own brothers. Well, it would have been everyone if you hadn't saved me. And so we unlock Talix. Soaring Ash, activate during your main phase, destroy 2 sparks in hand, and if you do, shuffle your turn order card into the turn order deck, or Gravehold gains 5 life. I know against the Ageless Walker, I'm certainly sure he's not going to use that first option. Talix nudges the creature's body with his foot. Yeah? That thing walked like a human, dressed like one of theirs, but there is no humanity behind those eyes. Commander Susko grows serious. Perhaps Arachnos' ritual was trying to turn me into something like that. Silence falls across the group as you all pause to consider what might have happened if no one had come to his aid. Talix breaks the unhappy silence with his usual exuberance. Oh, he's back to exuberance. But hey, we won! After 2 tries, he throws himself around Saskel's shoulders in a dramatic embrace. Yeah? Oh, I never thought I'd see you again, Commander. I don't deserve to be called that anymore. My squadron is scattered, mostly dead, and I failed my mission. Tack squeezes his soft skill right one more time before stepping back and raising his hand in a salute. You didn't fail me. I'm still feeling distinctly not dead, and that's thanks to you coming back for me, Commander. Rhea steps forward and pats her lost companion roughly on the back, barely concealing her amusement. It's not your fault you guys lost to Arachnos. I'd let myself get split from the squadron, and you all know I'm the only real muscle. I thought you was the person who worked on with all the artifacts. True. What would we do without you? I can't leave you alone for 2 minutes, can I? You're right. I'm no good on my own. When our squad went down against the spider, I was helpless. Soskull had been taken, and all I could do to think was run. But I did grab what treasures I could from my fallen teammates for safekeeping. I'll show you where they're buried. Of course, more treasures. Actually, these would be the tier 3 treasures. You follow Talix, enjoying his energetic chatter. Finally, he stops behind the standing trains tree, digs a little, and comes up with his hands full of treasures, and he hands them out to your party. So, what do we get now? We get, of course, the unrefined Blaststone. Gain 3 or destroy this card. A card in this card supply pile. If you do, deal 3 damage. Actually, this could be useful since it depends on destroying stuff in the supply, and I don't expect to get more than one of these. Not with a two-player team, so having this around could be useful. I have to check what the other options are when we're later on in there. The Link Conduit. Attach this to any player's breach. Two spells may be prepped to this breach. Definitely not something to use against Ageless Walker, but something I could consider. But I think I have a Pain Conduit in my list. Oh, actually, that's a sixer, so we'll see what we got here. And Reverberating Shock. Echo. Deal 1 damage. Gain 1 ether that can only be used to gain cards. Interesting. Now, where are the level 3 treasures? When you gain a spell, gain a life. That could be useful. At the start of your turn, gain 1 ether that can only be used to gain relics. Right? At the start of your first turn of the game, focus each of your closed breaches once. That can be quite useful for someone who has a large number of breaches to open. Yes, it only used at the beginning, but it can be useful, very useful for that time. And at the start of your first turn of the game, gain a card that costs 4 or less. Right? When you cast 2 or more spells during your casting phase, gain 2. Finally, spells you cast that cost 2 or more deal 1 additional damage. Oh, that can be nice. With the final treasures and Talax recovered, you realize this means the end of your long and dangerous journey. Sosko confirms that everything's missing from the team has been accounted for, and all of you are relieved to finally head home. You turn back towards Gravehold, but only make it a few steps out of the clearing before you stumble into a divot in the ground. Pushing away the dead leaves, you see a gigantic paw print, as wide across as your arm. You shiver as a snowflake lands on your cheek. Snow? This far south? Suddenly, the wind picks up and the gentle snow turns into a raging blizzard. They can't have traveled so far as there to be a significant climatic difference from New Gravehold. So they're familiar with snow, but they're familiar that going very far south will get. That's strange. Squinting against the storm, you see 6 glowing eyes. Your blood turns to ice as the Nameless lets out a mind-shattering howl. And now, we'll be facing Fenrix in the next episode of Pineleaf on board.